So what I have here today are 12 sets of these Micromachines Star Wars ships. I will be opening and showing off each one. I paid $1 each for these. I bought them at Dollar Tree. Normally they go for like $3 to maybe $5 at like stores like Walmart. If you were to buy these on Amazon, they're a lot more, which defeats the purpose of them going on Amazon because it's not really as cheap as it was like maybe 10 years ago. And now you can get a lot of stuff in the stores a lot cheaper. Well, anyways, these showed up at Dollar Tree for $1 each. I believe these may have came from like a warehouse or something, and the stores didn't want them, so they decided to put them off on Dollar Tree. I think if these did come from Walmart, they would have like sticker marks on them, and the package seems to be pretty decent. These are actually made by Hasbro. Look on the back on this particular one, and they did actually have these little play sets. I actually had this one a while back. This is like a, was it Stormtrooper set, the Millennium Falcon set, and some of these you can play with those sets, I would believe. You can put like a little ship on that little peg and move it around. I'm not sure if I showed that off in the video, but I do have that. And this is actually a pretty cool item. You could put it on the shelf and you could have like a little Stormtrooper head. Pretty cool. First off, we'll look at this first set, which is called the Clone Fighter Strike. There's 3 ships in each packaging. I think these might be mostly plastic. Now, Hasbro has made 2 different ships. They've also made these micro runs and some higher end ones, which are mostly metal and moving parts. What's cool about these, they won't take nearly as much space on the shelf, but I don't think they have a stand to put them up, so you have to like figure out how to display them. Anyways, it does say what they are on the back, but it doesn't say which one's which. They're not in like any order. But the Arc Fighter, which is this one. Then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Interceptor, which I think is it this one? And a droid Tri-Fighter, I believe, which I think it's this one. I'm not really that big of a nerd of Star Wars, so I don't know offhand which ones they are. There are probably a few ships I can figure out what they are. Anyways, we'll open up this first one. I remember Micromachines as a kid were always getting lost. A lot of people lost theirs, and people said they lost them in the vacuum cleaner. I think I sold a bunch of my stuff, and maybe I lost a few over the years. But I think I had a few Star Wars ones, and that was like when the first movie came out, or the prequel, Phantom Menace. And I bought a bunch of them. And I think I lost them. I don't remember what exactly happened. But they were pretty cool. I had pod racers, I believe. So here's the first ship. Yeah, they are plastic, which really sucks if you're paying a lot of money for them. They're not worth, all that much. Yeah, so we'll give it a look. Then we'll look at the next one, which is pretty cool. And you got that little hole that would fit in that little play set I showed to you on the back of the card. Okay, the next one, this little one right here. Yeah, I believe all these are going to be plastic. Now, I don't know if you can make a stand for this. You might be able to if you know how to make a little stand for this, quick and easy. Tell me about it, then I could probably put these on a stand. Offhand, I don't think I know anything. Like, maybe you could buy like a toothpick and then glue it to something. That's what I can think of. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Well, the detail on these are probably going to be crappy because they're probably made on a machine that just prints them out as fast as can be. Here's a weird one. How does this one sit? Okay, so that's the bottom right there. And that's it. We'll go with the next set. So the next set is called Desert Invasion. It does have one thing that's not exactly a ship. It's an animal. Let's see here. And it has a list of what they are in the back. I'll give it a look. It looks like they have more little play sets. You probably can't find those in the store. I looked actually today to see if Walmart had these Micro Machines, but they may have clearanced them out over time. That's what's good about, you know, waiting for some of this stuff. You can get it real cheap because new movie comes out or new items come out, and then they gotta clearance the old ones. So the first ship in here is the XWing Fighter. This one right here. Then we have Kylo's black ship, which is this black ship. Let's see what Kylo Ren's command shuttle, and Lug a Beast. Okay, open it. Okay, I believe I actually have both of these two ships in a higher end model. I think maybe a Hot Wheels one, and one is a Hasbro one. We'll give a look at this one and see there's a little person on it. Detail on that person might be a little shabby. And I believe this is probably from the 7th movie. And the one that Disney made a few years ago, the first Disney one. It's pretty cool. This one will pretty much be able to sit on a shelf by itself. Okay, next one, which is Kylo Ren's ship. Take it out. Now, I believe I actually have one of these in the Hot Wheels model, and the wings don't actually go down on here. Which you think it would. I think a couple of them do have moving parts like that. Anyways, it's okay looking. Kind of wish it did go down. This is probably how it would look sitting parked. Pretty cool. Let's see. Was that it on that one? Oh, the little TIE fighter. Or not TIE fighter, X-Wing Fighter. Give it a look. And that's it with that set. The next set I have here is called the Clone Army Raid. Look at the name of the ships on the back. You have Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter, which is, let's see, I think it was this one. I have these written down, so that's why I don't know them offhand. A couple of them I knew, and most of them I don't. And Slave 1, which is, I believe, the little blue ship. And the other one, Republic Gunship, is, let's see, Republic Gunship is this one right here. So we'll open it. Okay, the first ship. Yeah, I'm not going to try to remember these, so I don't think I know them offhand, other than I would have to train myself to remember them. But here's the first one from this package. Pretty cool. I'll go with the next one, which I think was the Slave 1 ship. Yeah, this one has kind of a base, so you can sit it down real easily. I think it actually, I don't know if it flies like this way more, or if it flies like that way. Next one. Another thing to note is the scale on these are ill-proportioned. They're all about the same size, and I think some of these are actually, in real life, would be a lot bigger. Okay, and we'll hit up the next one. So the next set is called Space Escape. Obvious one to note here is it has the Millennium Falcon. I think that one might be a Star Destroyer. Yeah, the Star Destroyer. And this little black one right here is the TIE Bomber, right? And we'll take them out. So the first one we have here is the Millennium Falcon. I do have two of them in a couple of these packages. And I think one difference is that one is dustier because it has like some of these have battle damage on it. And I think the other one might be a little dirtier color. I can compare them. But everyone knows this one. If you've seen Star Wars, you'll remember what this one's called. The Millennium Falcon. Pretty plasticky. I actually have like one from Hasbro and, well, the other one from Hasbro, and then the Hot Wheels one. Hasbro one is a big chunk of metal. This is just plain plastic. Still pretty cool. Next one, which is, I believe, a Star Destroyer or something along the lines of that. I think this one may have battle damage. 90% sure on it, but here you go. Pretty cool. And the next one, hard to get out here, is this TIE Bomber. Pretty cool. And we'll hit up the next package. So what I have here next is the First Order TIE Fighter attack scene, which you get 2 types of TIE Fighters and another copy of the Millennium Falcon. Now this one kind of threw me off because I noticed that the packaging, or the vehicle, was actually damaged, the little ship. And I didn't know that. I thought it was like, maybe it was made wrong. But then I noticed that they were all like that. They had like 3 or 4 of them. And I don't remember how I figured out that it was supposed to be like that. I think I said, oh, you know what, maybe it's supposed to be like that. But it does say in the back. Now the list isn't that hard to figure out when you read it. You got the First Order TIE Fighter, which is the undamaged one. I believe it's this one right here. And the bad one, which is First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. And the other one is obviously the Millennium Falcon. So we'll take it out and look at each one. So first off, we got the Special Forces TIE Fighter, which is this battle damage one. Now, when you buy toys, you usually expect them to not look like this. But I guess this might be more geared to adults that like to collect Star Wars stuff. Because then it'll look like part of the movie. But I think a lot of people don't want it to look like garbage. And that's what this kind of does. So if a mother had this, or a parent saw this, they might throw it away because they think it was broken or something. And I kind of thought it was garbage too. And the next one is a regular First Order TIE Fighter. As you can see, this one's in good condition. So it doesn't have any battle damage at all. Now I have like 3 different TIE Fighters, maybe 4. 2 of them might not be different. Anyways, here are the 2 different Millennium Falcons. Now, I believe this one is the one that came with this set, and this is the other set that I had. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. I think the only difference is that it's a little yellowed, because it was out of possession of what's his name, Han Solo. And he didn't get it back for several years, I believe. Not really sure about the whole story, but I remember he got it back after a while when Rey commandeers it. She steals it off I think it was Jakku or something. Anyways, next set, which is the Battle of Hoth set. You got your Snow Speeder, which I believe is that one. Imperial probe droid, and this Walker. It's usually called an Imperial Walker, at least that's what I always called it. The proportion on this is actually supposed to be a smaller thing. Let's see, how big is it supposed to be? It's not supposed to be as big as this though. It's supposed to be really small. We'll open it. Let's see here. So the first one I have is the Imperial Walker. It's called the AT-AT, which is the acronym for All-Terrain Armored Transport. Which is a little cool thing. It's going to look real cool on the shelf, as it can. Hopefully it can stand on its own. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if this was released in a bigger size by any Hot Wheels or Hasbro. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. Not sure what kind of animal this reminds me of. Maybe a camel, more or less. There really isn't any moving parts. The head does kind of move a little. It doesn't feel like anything else does unless you want to break it. But still pretty cool to have. The next one I have is the Snow Speeder. I believe this was from the second original Star Wars movie. Can't remember exactly what the name of that one was. Let's see here. I think it was called Empire Strikes Back, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty cool. And the next one is this Imperial droid. Like I said, it's supposed to be a lot smaller than it should be. And does this stand up? No. So it needs like a little peg or something to hold it up. Okay. And the next one is this X-Wing dogfight. I can name these. This is Poe Dameron's X-Wing Fighter. And this is just a regular X-Wing Fighter and a TIE Fighter. And so this is Poe Dameron's X-Wing Fighter, which is a different color than like the normal ones. I think they're usually white. Anyways, here it is. So the little like gun turrets are a little bent on this. And see, that's something to expect from this type of plastic material. Still pretty cool. Brings back memories of those old Micromachines that I had a long time ago, of the Star Wars ones. Pretty cool. And here's another X-Wing. I might even have two of these already. Yeah, there's one over here. Break that one out. They're not really much difference. Except the gun turrets are a little closer together. And here's a TIE Fighter. Okay, the next one, which is called, sometimes I look at the wrong thing. They have several languages on here. Anyways, it's called the Speeder Chase. And we'll open. So the first one I have is the Jakku Land Speeder. This one. Pretty cool. Yeah, so this is from the 7th movie called The Force Awakens, the first one that Disney made. Released the first live one. It's a pretty cool ship. One of the ships in here actually has a person inside. I don't know why this one doesn't. Or any of these don't. Some of these, the people are actually enclosed, so you probably wouldn't have to. But this one has an open cockpit. Let's see. The next one would be this First Order Transporter. Really cool ship. This is actually supposed to be a lot bigger than some of these. Based on real life. Because this probably, compared to this, these are supposed to be both a lot bigger compared to, like, this is actually, should be a little smaller than that one. Next is Rey's Speeder. This one has a person on it, and it's supposed to be Rey. As you can see, they don't put a lot of detail in that. Kind of shitty. But, yeah, it's pretty cool to have. It's got a little thing to put whatever junk she has. And we'll go to the next one. The next one I have is this little one. It's called the Inquisitor's Hunt. And we'll take a look at each one. So the first ship I have here is called the Ghost. Take a look at it. Okay, the next one is the Inquisitor's TIE Advanced Prototype. Pretty cool. A lot different compared to one of these other ones, TIE Fighters. Next one is the Phantom. Next set we have here is called the Endor Forest Battle, which is a real popular battle in the movie where they race around on these little things. And we'll look at it. So the first one we have here is called Luke Skywalker's Speed Bike. Take a look at that. You don't really see much detail in his face. But it's okay. Let's see, give it a look. Next one is the Imperial Speed Bike. I think it's actually similar. It just has whatchamacallit guy on it. Stormtrooper, whatever you want to call him. Let's see. Next one is a ATST little vehicle. It's also an acronym. Let's see. I have it written down. It's an all-terrain scout transporter. Pretty cool to have. And that's pretty much about. I might be able to get these last two sets in. So pause the video. Next set is this one, Imperial Pursuit. Reason why I have to keep cutting the video, I don't have enough time to keep going, so I'll pause it at each time. So this one's actually called the Tantive IV. Main thing that I can remember about this, it looks like a fist, so that's kind of easy to figure out. And I guess it's supposed to look kind of like a V and an I. Take a look at it. Now I have this one as a Hot Wheels model as well. That's the rear, so all the thrusters and rockets and stuff are in the back. Next one, Star Destroyer. Pretty cool. No paint job on there really, except the thrusters on there. And another TIE Fighter. And we are going to have to pause. I gotta hurry up now. This is Poe Dameron's X-Wing Fighter. We've seen that already. Another TIE Fighter Special Forces one. And a battle-damaged Star Destroyer. So that's it. I barely have any time left, so you can like, share, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.